Hello, I'm Joshua Nipper, and welcome to Contractors War Chest YouTube channel. And on today's episode, we are doing a tutorial on the roofing estimating engine. So let's get to it. Okay, so once you get to your estimating engine's first landing page here, it's the disclaimer tab. You will notice right in the middle of the page, for any issues, questions, or technical support, please contact us at contractorswarchest@gmail.com. I just wanted to make you aware that that is there so you can get a hold of us if you have any issues whatsoever with this estimating engine. So let's move over to the next tab, the data tab. And this is where the engine is pulling all its data from. So as you see here, I have some items listed out, some shingles, starter shingles, ridge cap shingles, felt underlayment, and it goes on. Your typical roofing supplies. The pricing you see here is a placeholder. It is not accurate pricing, so do not get this estimating engine and think you can go out and do estimates right away. You're going to have to do some homework and get your pricing for your area for these items updated. So you'll just basically click on that cell and put the price that you want in that cell. And if you see a duplicate, so asphalt shingles, and then you over here you have asphalt shingles, just note if you change something over here, go over here and update this as well. Now this this shingle category on this side breaks it down to the type of roofing material you're going to use. So that's really where the pricing is coming from on the engine side is right here. So some of these may not apply to you if you don't do that type of roofing, but it is there if you do that roofing. Right in the middle here, you will see there's uh, a small box here that has the slope and it has pitch in parentheses. That is based on a um, like a 112, 212, 312 pitch. So it goes all the way down to 12. So 12, 12 pitch. That's as steep as this engine goes. So just uh, just be aware of that, and it'll make more sense once we get over to the estimating engine because you can put the slope of the roof in so it calculates the amount of material correctly. So let's move over to the estimating calculator, the engine. So there's a lot of colors going on here, but don't get uh, intimidated by these colors. Just note that anything in yellow you can update, with the exception being this line right here. You're not going to be able to update that line, but the all the yellow columns that have numbers in them, that is for you to update with your information. So and the limitations to this roofing estimating engine is it's not going to estimate every type of roof. There are hundreds of different types of roof out there. So this is basically it'll estimate a simple roof. So if you have a complicated roof and you get up there and measure and you know how many square that you need for that roof, if you come over here and play around with these numbers for it to add up to the total roofing square that you calculated, then the spreadsheet will work just fine for that application. Um, so roof length, we'll just come in here. We'll put a number, how long the roof is, and then the roof width. That's from the bottom of the roof all the way to the ridge. So once you put that in there for the one side, you can go down here and on the bottom it'll say calculate both sides. You can click yes or no. If you click no, it's only going to calculate that side you put in. If you click yes, it's just going to basically double your um, length and width. for your roofing material. So here's the slope I was referring to in the last tab. So you can change the pitch of the roof for whatever you want. So if you wanted a 12-12 roof, you can change it and automatically updates the amount of material you need. We'll go back to a 4 or a 6-12 pitch. And then here is tear off and disposal. If you have to do a tear off, you can come over here and put how many layers of shingles you're going to tear off. This is more for when you're a visual cue, if you will, whenever you're putting your labor cost in there. You can look at that and update your labor cost based on how many layers that you have to tear off. So on this one, we'll keep it at 2. Number of levels, again, you can put whatever numbers of levels in here and that's basically for you when you're doing your labor cost. If you look over here and be like, oh, we got it's a 2-level house, and we have a tear off of 2 layers, you might up your labor cost based on those 2 items. And then Eve, rakes, and valleys, you can click down this drop down menu and put in there how many you have on that roof, and then it will add additional material down at the bottom. Skylights, chimneys, like I said, you can just follow the spreadsheet on down and just do the drop down menu for each item. The ridge vents right here, that is basically the vent that goes on the ridge. So it's the vented ridge cap, if you will. So that's going to go in length. So you're going to basically put the same length that you put up here for roof length. Or if you got, a different application for it, then put the length in there that that you need. Roof decking repair. If you know you have to tear out some roof decking and replace it, then you can click this drop down, yes or no. If you click yes, once we get down below, you'll see where you can add how many sheets of decking you will need. Roof vents. If you're doing a house that requires roof vents, then click here. Usually if you have a vented bridge, you don't need roof vents. But roofing materials, click down here, drop down menu, and this brings up that whole list that you've seen on the data tab. So you can just click whatever material you will be using for your roof. So for this scenario, we're going to stay with architectural shingles. We already did that, calculate both sides. So your total roofing square for this roof is 46 roofing squares. And it calculated a waste factor in there. So, and that we went with the industry standard for that. If you find that you come up short, you may add a little more waste factor onto your total there. So now we're getting down here to the material list. So this basically will list out all the stuff that you said you needed up here, and it imports the pricing from the data tab, so it automatically tells you how much all that's going to be. So your ridge vent, so it's based on your pricing that you put on data tab, it's going to run roughly $100. Architectural shingles, the material costs about $4,830 for 46 square. Roofing nails, we went with the industry standard here for a roof. If your crew uses a lot more nails or a lot less nails than this, then you'll have to adjust it. Starter shingles, so this calculates the amount of starter shingles you need based on the square footage. So if you find that that's too much, then just scale it back when you go to do your material order. Bridge cap shingles, felt underlayment. This calculates it based on industry standard. So again, if you use more or less, then you can up it or bring it down. Synthetic underlayment, if you use it, ice and water shield, um, drip edge. This calculates it based on the square footage. So again, if you have a really cut up roof that may require more or less, just take that in consideration. Roofing cement. Now everything in yellow, remember, is you can put your own input into that cell. So these items here, you can put how many you need. So it'll say multiplier. So this one right here is roof decking repair. So if you know you have a you know a 4x8 section you got to repair, or if you have like a 20 by 20 section you have to repair, then you can input your sheets, amount of sheets you need right here, and it automatically, so let's say we needed 4 sheets for decking repair, it's automatically going to import that price and update your material cost. Flashing, step flashing, pipe boot flashing, roofing staples. Now you can adjust that based on how many you use, and then the dumpster. Now, some contractors out there have their own dumpster, so this is not going to apply, or their own truck to put the shingles in. So if you don't need it, then simply put a 0, and you won't it won't calculate into the price. Or you can click right here, and if you click no, then it automatically will 0 that out. So just take that consideration whenever you're uh, doing an estimate for a customer. All right, so let's get back up here to the top. So as you see, I have it listed out in basically 4 categories, or 4 buckets, if you will. We have the material cost, and I break it down by the per square material cost and by the material cost, the total material cost. So for this job, you have material cost of $9,381, and then that breaks down to be $203 essentially for per square material cost. And then over here you have the labor cost and the overhead cost that are highlighted in yellow. That is for you to figure out on how much labor you're going to need. Now this is broken down by per square labor cost and per square overhead cost. Now, if you have not seen my labor calculator or my overhead calculator, I link them down below in the description, so you can go get that and know exactly how much you need to be charging for labor and overhead for every job that you quote, so you're not losing money. So here you can adjust this up and down. You can say, okay, I'm gonna charge $120 per square labor cost, and it automatically updates everything. Then your overhead cost, what's your, you can move it up to 60 or move up to 100, whatever your company is. And don't take these numbers uh, as the gospel here. These are just placeholder numbers. So by no means is this anywhere accurate to be a accurate estimate for a roof. These numbers are not accurate. The labor cost not accurate. Overhead cost not accurate. So it will be accurate once you place your numbers in here, your accurate numbers in here. Then this will accurately depict the total cost of that job that you need to be charging. Okay, so just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there so I don't get blown up in the comments saying that this is way off. So, all right, so let's move on. We put our overhead cost in there. Now you notice the last box is our net profit. This is our net profit box. So not to be confused with gross profit. This is our net profit. This is after everything is paid and done. The job's done. Bills are paid. and this is what's left in the bank as your net profit. All right. So you have to figure out how much you want to make on that job and net profit. So you can go over here to this yellow box and you can change it to whatever you desire. If you wanted to make a 25% net profit on this particular job, then you change it, automatically will update. If you just want to make 15% net profit, then you will just change it to whatever you see uh, that is the going rate for your area and where you're at. So moving down here to the total roof cost. Now you'll notice there's a box here called miscellaneous cost. Now this is anything that's not captured over here on the estimating engine side. If you have let's say you had to rent a lift or rent some type of machinery that is not listed over here, you can place that cost here and it will automatically update the total roof cost. So if just say we'll just leave it at 250 bucks. Or we'll bring it down to $150. Maybe we just needed to rent a small tool for the day. $150, and it updates your total roof cost. And that's the total roof cost is what you should be charging the customer to do that job. And right below it, you'll see the per square total cost of the job. So this comes out to be $444 per square cost for everything. That's what the customer is getting charged per square. And then your cost of goods sold, you're at 74%. And then your gross profit. Now, gross profit is your overhead cost and net profit combined. All right. So that that number in most industries really needs to be closer to that 50% mark. So the closer you can get to that 50% mark, the better off you'll be as a contractor. Um, I I specifically in my company focus more on the net profit piece because I know exactly my overhead. I know exactly how much I need to be charging per job on my overhead cost. So once that number is set, then I worry more about the net profit because I know that's the number that I'm bringing home. So, or bringing keeping keeping after the job's done. So um, that is the roofing estimating engine in a nutshell. I will be putting out more videos in the future in reference to roofing, and I do make updates to these spreadsheets. And when I do, I will definitely put a new video out on the the new updates to the spreadsheet. And if you have a suggestion on improving this, please let me know. You can email me at the email contractors war chest at gmail.com, or you can leave a comment below in the comment section, and I will get back with you. And if it makes sense to make the change, then we'll definitely put a team on it and get it done. Um, if you have not liked or subscribed to my channel, please do so. It really helps out a small channel like I have. And hit that notification button so you know when the next video drops. If you have not visited my online store, please do so. It's contractorswarchest.com. You'll see all of my estimating engines for sale there. And I also have my financial worksheets and calculators for sale to help you, the contractor, and the business owner know your numbers so you can be successful and make money at at doing the thing that you love doing, roofing or whatever business you're in. Um, so please go check those things out, and I also have videos on those as well. So if you're interested in that, please go watch those videos. So thank you for watching today. Have a great day.